What's going on? I'm Sam, and today I want to talk about this rolled ice cream truck that I finished. I finished this back in November, so quite a few months ago, but I didn't really take any video of it at all. I did take plenty of pictures along the way, so I'm just going to show these pictures and kind of talk about what we did to turn this from a short bus to a rolled ice cream truck. I had help, at least a lot in the beginning, from one of my buddies. He helped me do the flooring, clean it out, and then after that he got busy and I pretty much finished it out by myself. So after seeing an ad that I do custom trucks and trailers, this guy brought me this bus and all the equipment to turn into a rolled ice cream truck. And I was really jealous of this bus because it was in great condition with low miles, and I was honestly a little salty because I had just purchased a similar short bus that had a lot more miles, way worse shape, a lot older, and I did pay a lot more for it. But anyway, he brought this thing. It was really nice, so it was a great truck to start with. We tore out all the seats, and then we ended up giving it a real light acid wash. So there were a bunch of rails in the bottom of this, and instead of trying to work around those, we ended up filling in all the gaps and laying a new subfloor down. This was a lot easier than trying to work around those or remove them. After that, we ended up putting on a rubber coin flooring, and that's made this thing look really great. I started installing the electric, and then once the electric was in, I put in the LED lights. I welded together these steel divider walls just to separate the front of the cab from the food truck area, and once I was sure those fit well, I put the aluminum on and installed those permanently. So then I put the equipment in to make sure everything fit, and it was already looking pretty good, but there was still a little bit of work to do, mostly water. There's no propane on this thing because it's an ice cream truck. And so here you can see I welded this hand sink bracket over the water tank. Actually messed up because I did it for the wrong tank. I forgot which sizes we were using, so I did have to modify this later. Here I'm finishing the electric to get the light switches in. And this is a custom counter that I did. This wasn't really necessary, but I did this so we could have a counter at the height of the rolled ice cream machines and a counter the height of the window that's not as deep so you could reach over easier. I like how it turned out, and it's probably going to be real functional, but it was a lot more work to do it this way, though I am happy how it turned out. This is a way overbuilt bracket for the wastewater tank underneath the truck, and this is what that bracket with the water tank looks when it's mounted underneath the truck. Here's the electric panel. It's not my nicest job, but I'm still happy with it because it looks decent. I did make my own ice cream mix and tried rolling my own ice cream. It was actually pretty good. I had a couple friends over and we had a little ice cream party. My rolls were really thick and I have a lot of room to improve, but at least they tasted good. Here's Griffin. He snuck up there because he smelt me cooking ice cream. I had to do a couple final adjustments to the plumbing. I'm not a huge fan of how this drain line looks, but since there's only one place I could have really come up with the location of everything under the truck, and I didn't want the sink underneath the electrical panel, this was really the only option. So with that in mind, I am happy with how it turned out. If I could have come up closer to the sink, I would have really preferred that. Though everything is super functional, and I guess that's all that matters. And then here's a couple completed pictures. Once everything's together, you can see I put some shelves up on the one wall. I think it turned out really good. I think he's going to have a lot of fun selling ice cream out of this truck. The last thing I had to do was make this generator rack. There's 2 generators on the back. So we were actually able to reuse the wheelchair lift from this thing. We had removed it when we removed the seats. We cut the lift in half, and then we're able to use that platform to actually hold the generators. You can see I have quite a bit of steel from the junkyard or scrapyard. I got a really good price on that. And then we used that and a couple thicker pieces to turn these wheelchair ramps into this generator holder. And this thing is not going anywhere. It is built tough. I just slapped some black paint on this and installed it, and I think it looks awesome. It is a little beefy, but I mean, it's better to be beefy than wimpy in this case, I guess. right after this, I delivered it, and I think he was pretty happy with how it turned out. So anyway, that's how I made that rolled ice cream truck. I really hope with only pictures and no video this wasn't too boring. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Griffin is sleeping right now, so I'm just gonna let him chill, take it easy, and maybe tomorrow I'll take him to the dog park because that's his absolute favorite place, but it's just been way too muddy and damp to get out. So when it dries up a little, we'll get out and he'll get some really good playtime in.